On this week's episode, we've got breaking news about the possible future of RunDisney volunteers and how it may relate to upcoming conventions. AP Days is in full swing now, but they can't seem to keep merchandise in stock. Gotta wait longer for those shirts. Last week we told you about the upcoming Beauty and the Beast theming for Village Haus. Now we have a menu, and I've got one word for you. Poutine. Also, Lion King casting, Han Solo filming begins, Force Friday Part 2, and more on this plural episode of the MousePIRE Podcast. Hi, I'm Anthony.
I'm Shadow. I'm Diggs.
And welcome to MousePIRE, your source for Star Wars, Disney, and everything in between. This is the podcast where both empires collide.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Apprentice lives.
What is this?
Together in the tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon. In the tiki room.
Made you look.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? Hey, you know what? We're on location again.
Yeah, we are.
We are over here with Michael the Mail Guy.
Hoorah, hoorah.
Yeah.
Who got his butt up early
To go to Disneyland.
for a rope drop because he's crazy.
And I was in traffic for an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, so
on
let
the freeway.
me get this straight. Let me get this straight. You waited online on the freeway, essentially. You waited in line to get into the parking. You waited in line
No, not in the parking. It was smooth.
to get through bag check.
Yes.
You waited in line to get through the turnstiles.
No.
Oh no, there was no line there?
No, because by the time I got there, it was 2 minutes before rope drop. So I didn't get in the park when the rope dropped.
Oh.
I entered the gates of the train station. You can hear in the background, like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I was like, dirty. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
That's a lot of waiting.
Yeah, you know what? I was entertained. It's all good. I had my mixes. I had people messaging me.
Chicka, chicka, chicka.
Fresh.
That's right. It was good. Overcast and then sprinkles. Then the sun came blaring
Ooh,
out.
you got cupcakes?
No.
Oh, not those
No, those
sprinkles.
$5.
Oh,
sprinkles.
darn.
No, I didn't get to pay for that shower. This one was free. The park was cool, but it got crazy. Got busy quick.
Oh, he made it back in time for us to show up at his place so we can record today's show.
Yeah, don't be so late next time. I don't. That was way too much traffic. It wasn't unacceptable.
Oh, God.
It wasn't unacceptable until I presented these s'mores. So I think we made that.
We got some
exchange even.
s'mores with those Girl Scout cookies, those s'more ones.
Yeah, they're okay. You definitely need milk with those for it to have more than one.
And in the freezer.
Yes, yes.
Milk's in the freezer?
No.
Oh.
S'mores. S'mores food. S'mores.
All right, so we're going to start with some news about the RunDisney event that opened up today, right? Which
For
one is?
volunteers.
And
for the
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell
half marathon.
half marathon.
And yeah, we got some news today about that.
Some controversy.
No volunteering.
Drama.
No volunteer section, no link to volunteer,
Nothing.
and things like that.
Everybody was complaining. This is how I found out about it because I saw people. Oh, I moved up my meeting for 2 hours just so I could be ready at 9 o'clock. Oh, I went on at 9 o'clock. I was doing this and nothing happened. So apparently everybody went on at 9 o'clock at 9 a.m. Pacific time to sign up for volunteering for RunDisney because I guess it's a thing that you do every time. Michael is a volunteer for RunDisney, so he knows better than anybody probably. Well, I mean, any of us anyways.
Right.
Dirty.
So, well, there was nothing there.
Well, you know what? I woke up today and I saw something online mentioning about it. I was just like, oh, whatever. It wasn't anything special to me until I got here, and then you started talking about it, and I was like, oh, okay, so now it makes sense, why people are complaining.
Before
First,
it's official.
well, first I heard, there's the link wasn't there, so of course you think some kind of glitch or something with the website, because that always happens when things open up. But obviously, it wasn't a glitch, and we're getting word that Disney's going to use a third party to do their so-called volunteering.
Jerks.
And I don't know how that's going to work, because if you are interested in doing that, you're going to have to contact this third party. But where do we contact this third party? And Disney has not released any type of information about that. So I don't know what's going on with that, but Anthony has an idea why Disney is doing this.
Yes, I had seen another Twitter page post a theory about it, and I definitely agree with this. And it goes back to, I believe, did we talk about the Phoenix Comic-Con thing on the podcast? Did I talk about that, or was that a private conversation?
I don't know, but let's just talk about it.
Okay, because there's been a lot of, as I said, controversy going on with volunteers and cons, and basically volunteers and anything having to do with things, because there's a fine line between basically what quote-unquote employer can ask volunteers to do compared to paid no, it's not a paid volunteer, a paid
Employee period.
Employee period. Now, I mean, like I said, Michael, you've done volunteering. Is there usually, does it feel like there's usually a set point of what the line is drawn of what they could ask you to do?
For what I do, and it's just metal so far. I mean, all you do is, you show up. They got coffee. They got hot chocolate. They got all kinds of stuff to present. You figure out what you do, get your stuff. You're ready. You just go to your locations. For metals, all we do is just break down boxes, set it up on racks. Once we're done, clean up and show us, how to hand out the medals. And the security talks to us about people trying to take medals, more than one. And that's pretty much it. You go back done and you're done. It's a 6-hour shift. And, for people, you have to do a double shift. You could do it back to back like I do. You could do it Friday, one Saturday. I think because Sunday's longer, you could use one long shift, and that can count as a double. They'll just place you in 2 different areas, and maybe the end of the expo. But for me, I work 6 hours for the morning for the run, and then after for the expo, it's another 6 hours. You do get a break. For the run, you don't. For the expo, you do. They give you a 15-minute break or a 30-minute lunch.
Now, you don't have anybody, nobody's bossing you around or getting crazy with you, right?
Just those, young, power hungry type of people.
It might be those people might be the ones causing the problems and the issues to begin with, because now we move on the con side of it. Anybody that's gone to a con, you guys see the volunteers everywhere. You know what they do.
Yeah,
they're checking in badges. They're doing line control. They're
guarding
doors, stuff like that. Most of it's menial, but there have been reports coming out of places like Emerald City Comicon where there was some issues between the volunteers and the venue, where the whole group of volunteers ended up suing the con itself because of they were getting treated weird. They were getting treated, I guess, as employees, not as volunteers, and there was issues, and then that caused a ripple effect where a lot of other places are starting to get rid of volunteers and go with and paying now. It was last month, I thought, or in December, it was announced Phoenix Comic-Con. Like I said, I don't know if we talked about this or not, that Phoenix Comic-Con, Phoenix Fan Fest, and then another Halloween one that they do, that all of those, they were getting rid of volunteers, and only certain people were going to be invited back to be paid.
That's kind of weird because I can tell you from what I've seen, like the last San Diego Comic-Con, when we were looking for the Mario section in the hotel next to the main Comic-Con, that we're about to go into a room, and the guy stops us and he's like, "Are you guys volunteers?" And I'm like, "No." "Oh, this is only for volunteers," and they were coming out with gifts for the working, and then they had access into the Comic-Con. But they were coming out with huge gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
I
for
know.
volunteering.
Rebecca has volunteered for Phoenix Comicon before, and when you do volunteer for that, and she's also volunteered for San Diego Comic-Con. You get to go into the con. So, I mean, to me, that's a pretty good pay right there. Just like you get a Disneyland ticket for volunteering for that. Well, if you volunteer for a con, usually you get into the con. So after, when you're not working, you can just go into the con. So to me, that's a pretty good reward. But apparently, there's people that are feeling like they're not being treated right, or that they're being treated like people that they're treating like somebody who should get paid. And well, it's causing, like I said, it's causing a ripple effect where it went, from Emerald City Comic Con to Phoenix, and then now there's been speculation that this could be why RunDisney is doing this. Now, if RunDisney is doing it, there's no reason why that, if that is the case, not see a company-wide, where next thing you know, you're going to hear that D23 is not doing volunteers. Next thing you know, Star Wars Celebration's not doing volunteers.
Anything with Disney involved.
Anything with Disney involved, period, that used to have volunteers, no more volunteers, and they're just going to do paid, and they're going to be more picky on who gets hired for that, unless they're outsourcing it to, I don't know what sort of other company they would use to outsource to, unless they're using like a temp agency or something.
Maybe it's CSC. I don't know.
I mean, because they would already be using CSC as outside security and walking the floor too, I would think. Or, I mean, a lot of cons have security there, but I don't know. I just don't really know what they're doing. I don't know if that's completely the case. It makes sense that if that is the case, that's why if they're getting rid of volunteers, if it's along the same model. Because I did see an article that was from, I believe, 2015 that was talking about, that was, I guess, going back that far. It might have been after the Emerald City Comic Con incident. I don't know. But it was questioning the legality of using volunteers in the capacity that cons use volunteers or RunDisney. That it's possibly that it's illegal. That it doesn't. That it basically it's against labor policies.
I don't see why not. They're feeding your ass too. So I mean,
I don't know. It just depends on the person. Only takes a few people to complain, and then it ruins it for everybody.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? Because there are those people nowadays that are just going to complain about whatever.
Well, it's not just complainers. It only takes a couple con people to be bossy, like you said. A couple young power hungry.
They weren't
idiots to just act stupid and. Oh, I'm going to tell everybody what to do. No, we are volunteers. You're not supposed to be stupid and yell at us.
And there was a button behind that power, too. And I'm not going to shit you not. And I was like, so I gave that person an attitude. And they were from Something for Life. Some rats.
So, that's all it takes. All it takes is a couple people to either be offended by what they're being told to do, or it takes a couple people on the other side to be power hungry and try to boss people around. All it takes is that combination, and it ruins it for everybody else who thinks that getting what they're getting for volunteering was enough.
Well, I think it just sucks that for me, I look at like just my family. I introduced it to them, and they just did it. My mom loved it. She had a great time. And I was setting her up, and now I had to disappoint her. Now I got to call her again and say, hey, you know what? They're not going to do it as of right now. I need to figure out what they... Because, the OC register, somebody's going to come out with something and a reason why. So we'll wait for that and then just break the news. But, yeah, it sucks, you know what I mean? Because that was a good ticket. I still have mine. It's right here posted. And I'm going to use it for my uncle, because he hasn't been to Disneyland for a cool minute. And... it's just a very disappointment, because that's a good access to going to Disneyland without paying nothing. And you do your dues. They feed you. They give you drinks. You know what I mean? They give you a free shirt. Why are you complaining?
We'll let everybody know if we find out if it's something else, but that's all we got to go on for now.
Sounds legit to me, to be honest. But until it's official, we'll find out.
All right, so we're going to move on and just want to say something real quick because this was also posted today. And it just seems like so many people don't friggin' read things, and they just jump to conclusions.
Headline readers.
And it's just pissing me off right now because I just keep seeing this posted and people, oh, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Yes, it's true because the article says it's true. And the article does have a builder that's going to be building this. And basically this headline was developers looking to build the next Disney World in Casa Grande in Arizona.
I told you that thing's going around.
All right.
Or as Arizona's calling it, Casa Grande.
Yes. All right. So it's really pissing me off because people see Disney World in there thinking, oh my God, there's Disney World's coming to Arizona. No, that's not what this says. It says the next Disney World in Casa Grande. Now, if you guys were to actually read the article, you would see a developer is trying to build this zoo, amusement park, whatever they're building there. I'm not going to go into detail because I could care less about this thing, but it's just pissing me off the fact that people do not read the article. A developer wants to build this thing, and they're just comparing it to Disney World because it's going to have an amusement park. It's going to have, of course, food and all that kind of stuff that comes with entertainment. So people learn to read and don't start posting in every damn Disney group that a new Disney park's coming to Arizona because that's not what's going on. And for everyone who thinks that's what's happening, well, you're stupid.
Hey, I just want to say real quick that speaking of Arizona, I mean, Disneyland had to close again this last week because of rain.
Yes.
Imagine how much Arizona would just be not opening until like 6. It's like, forget closing early. It's like you're not even going to open until it goes below 100 degrees.
Exactly.
I bet it's being built by that same stupid guy because Rebecca always tells me, but there's some stupid guy that owns a place there. And he wanted to buy like a dolphin or like a whale or something to put at the place. I'm like, you can't put a marine mammal in an aquarium in 115 degree weather. That's on the low point.
Dumbass.
Probably the same guy.
Probably. All right, let's move on to an announcement that was made last week.
Ooh.
Guardians.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy. We have the Summer of Heroes coming. And they announced last week that Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout will open on May 27th.
Ooh.
Now, that is a date that is later than I thought. Because we all know the movie comes on May 4th, right?
Yes.
And they are, from what we've heard, that they are set to have the premiere in DCA at the Hyperion Theater. So,
yeah, because that's Memorial Day weekend, and that's actually if they knew they were going to do that, they should have flipped Pirates and Guardians.
Yeah,
Pirates is coming out that weekend because that was the original date for episode 8,
right?
And then Pirates took it, and then what they should have done, is they should have, if they really wanted to match them up that badly, they could have switched Guardians and.
All right. So my point is the fact that the movie comes out on the 4th, and they're having the premiere, which would probably be a week before that, and you would think that they would want the ride open at that time. So this is just my thinking going on over here. Shut up, I'm talking.
Those are test subjects.
Maybe they'll have a couple of the elevators open. Maybe so they might have a couple of elevators already done, ready to go for the premiere for the guest, and of course, still work on the rest of the stuff that they need to fix. But then again, the only difference in the ride is going to be, inside when you walk in. So I'm pretty sure that's probably close to being done.
It's already gutted. I mean, when they did.
Oh, I was gutted the first night.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's probably close to being done. The whole retheming of the elevators is probably done.
They're not doing nothing with the boiler room?
I don't know.
Well, they're not.
What? No,
They're
the boiler room would be
the same.
Would be the museum. The queue would be the museum.
Yeah.
So where used to be the boiler room would become the museum.
Right. So then the other thing that would change is the inside where, the effects where you saw the ghost, you turn into a ghost, whatever. So that would be something new in there. But I'm just saying they're probably really close to being done. And maybe they will have a couple of elevators working for the guests for the premiere. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see about that. See if we hear anything about that during that time. But yeah, they announced this last week, the opening date of Mission Breakout, and
Of course, they announced that the morning after we recorded,
yes,
as usual.
I actually saw this, posted and everything, but actually, I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anybody here, but I actually haven't read this thing yet because all I needed to know was the date it was opening.
Hey,
What?
I didn't read it either.
Oh, okay.
Because all I cared about was the date. I don't even know what the Summer of Heroes thing is.
You're going to have the best meetup photo op ever. Well, second, because if it was Baby Groot, it'd be epic. But you're going to have a photo op with Groot out of all the characters so far.
All right, so this is what it says here, Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Dance-Off.
Woo, rave.
Don't be surprised if you run into the Guardians of the Galaxy on their way to the Milano with Star-Lord firing up his old-school boombox to get the party started. That sounds like something Michael would do.
Get the party started?
Yes.
Hoorah.
With his boombox.
With a boombox.
So that's what they're going to do? Is they're having like a party in the back lot or something?
Yeah, because if you read that, well, towards the bottom it says rock and roll.
Right. The
Which
rock and roll bash.
It's kind of funny because their theme is more old school, not rock and roll. I don't really think so. Do you consider that rock and roll? The soundtrack of Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's classic rock.
Yeah, that's classic rock, so.
You think so?
Yeah.
What else would it be?
He listens to chicka chicka chicka.
I don't know. That's stuff that you would hear on KLOS, and that's classic rock.
Yeah. So it also says for the first time, citizens of Earth will come face to face with Groot, one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. You can also step up to meet the first Avenger, Captain America, and everyone's favorite web slinger, of course, Spider-Man. So I guess Groot's coming to the park?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Everybody's excited the day it came out. And after that, they forgot.
Now it looks like they're doing their version of Jedi training.
Cool.
They're going to have an Avenger training initiative.
Oh, yeah.
And it says Black Widow and Hawkeye assemble young recruits for a series of tests to see if they have what it takes to join the ranks of the Avengers. Interesting.
Little obstacle course.
Whoa. Also says Black Widow will arrive on the scene several times throughout the day in an armored Avengers vehicle for her heroic encounter with park guests.
I forgot about that one. That was one of my favorite
I
things
wonder
about
if
reading
she's
that.
taking the Toy Story, the Green Army Men Toy Story vehicle.
No, I don't. That'd be hilarious. That'd be, that'd be the inside, but that'd have a big shell.
No, though, because it would need to be painted.
Exactly, I'm sure. I'm just
Right.
this guy overthinks everything. All right. It also says
I think they'll go a lot. I think they'll actually make a dope armored car. Unless they just bring Mater and paint them armored.
it says grab a piece or bite of the action. It says all that heroism making you hungry. Want a token of proof of your adventures when you get home? Special themed merchandise and food will be available throughout Hollywood land.
Of course, you know what that means.
You gotta spend money.
No, that means that there's just going to be a hot dog and a drink at Award Wieners. That's all that means, probably, because that's what it means every time. I guess I should have read that article.
I thought it was a pretty interesting read. Like I said, I think that the armored truck would be very interesting. Like if they do it right, you know what I mean? And
I think I had heard about the Black Widow thing, but I didn't have context for that.
It's kind of interesting to try to figure out where that's going to happen at.
all in that court. I mean, they're just going to use it. Let's say.
I mean, she was probably just going to come out of the where the parade came out.
Well, no. I'm actually
All
talking.
this stuff going down is on Hollywood land, but where in Hollywood?
No, I was
land?
actually talking about the training.
Stage 12.
Probably. Oh, it's going to be inside.
Whatever that stage is.
Well, it's not stage 17 because they still got that dining thing in there.
Yeah, that's still the frozen stuff.
Right.
Stage 17.
So
you know.
So the other stage, then maybe if they finally get it, or they could have it on that little itty bitty stage.
Yeah, I guess so.
They're going to battle in the frozen Arctic. I mean, I believe that they're going to use the stage.
I mean, the other thing, the Star-Lord thing, or the rock and roll, what was it? The
dance rock and
dance,
roll old
the
school
dance
party.
dance party. I mean, that would have been cool if they would have still had the Mad T stage, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could go on the same stage. Because when's that supposed to be, at night?
It doesn't say. It just says it's coming. It doesn't actually say.
No.
And it does say here, it does, like I said, it starts on May 27th and we'll go through September 10th.
So all summer. Good.
All summer long.
It is called Summer of Heroes.
Yes.
I don't think they'll be stingy on certain things they do, like say, like for instance, the truck, because if their set plan is having Marvel Land in general, then you're gonna hopefully, if they do it right with that truck and certain things.
This is basically the
sample.
It's basically the Season of the Force of Marvel.
Yeah.
Except for it's not going to stay forever.
Yeah. All right, so that's something to look forward to this summer as Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout opens once again on May 27th. And we are excited to see this, and I think it's really pretty cool.
In past years, we would have been hoping for a AP party or something, but since they don't do that crap no more for us,
I know,
because they hate us.
Exactly.
I don't know what would happen.
Speaking of AP, you know what? AP Days is going on, and I did see, I don't know if I mentioned last week, I saw our friend Robert from the AP, one of the AP hosts over there.
Oh, the guy that you told to do the secret menu?
Yes.
Did you tell him he did it wrong?
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, really. I said hi to him. I mean, he was really, really busy.
Okay.
And I did say, hey, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. He said, oh, yeah, there hasn't been anything going on with APs. But, yeah, he was busy, but I did see him. But, you know, AP Days is going on. Went there yesterday to check it out and get the new button for the week. And I'm sure a lot of people have known that a lot of AP merchandise have flown off the shelves. We mentioned that when we walked into the AP Welcome Center that it looked like a concert with the merchandise over there in the booth, you know, looked like going to a concert and all the T-shirts and everything hanging up. Well,
now it looks like that after the concert.
It looks like swamp meat because there's not that much.
Swamp meat.
The only thing up
this
there,
ain't Chino.
the only thing up there were the wine glasses, or they called them stemmed glasses, or whatever they're called. That's the only thing they had up there, and the hats, and that's all, because everything is being sold out.
Well, we got news today through Twitter that they had gotten the tumblers back in, but
that's kind of like being in Delaware.
Exactly.
I got a tumbler.
Well, you know what? I would rather have the tumbler than the stem glass.
I'd rather have the stem glass, but then again, I think
the stem glass looks really boring, but that's just me.
Because you have nothing in it.
Oh, that's what it is. You got to put a red in there.
Yeah, I've seen a couple people online already drinking in out of it, and I was like, ooh, fancy.
So yeah, all the merchandise is flying off the shelves, and little by little, more is coming back. Like you said, they have the tumblers back in stock, but everybody wants the shirt.
Hey, is the hat sold out?
No, they had tons of hats
I bet
yesterday.
they ain't got none of these sold.
What is it, $26 right for a hat? I don't know.
That hat is ugly.
That's just being labeled.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I was like, I looked at it, and same with the AP button. You know what I mean? Big old round AP. I was like,
or the pin.
No. Yeah.
That pin.
Pin, not button.
Sorry. But yeah, it's dirty.
All I can say is if you guys are interested in any of the merchandise that's pretty much been sold out, just keep an eye on Twitter or the AP page, and you'll find out when merchandise comes back. I know everybody, like I said, everybody wants that T-shirt. I wouldn't mind getting one of the T-shirts, but they're sold out right now. So like I said, just keep looking and keep checking to see what merchandise is back. And I actually went by the Disneyana yesterday on Main Street, and they have nothing there.
Nope.
So yeah, everything's been, APs want to buy the stuff. And so yeah, check out the AP merchandise, whatever's left. Go, maybe you can haggle.
Get a hat.
Get a hat.
Get a hat. Be labeled.
All right, so as I mentioned, I was in the park yesterday and looking around, seeing what they had, and I know Disneyland today actually posted that the Star Wars headband ears, the ones that light up, were back in stock. So I went over to Star Trader to check it out, and I did post it yesterday on Instagram and all that. And yes, they're back with an extra $1. Well, you don't get an extra $1; you have to pay an extra $1.
They're stupid.
Wow.
They raised the price from $13.85 to $14.85.
Rude.
So now instead of $15 after tax, it is $16. Yeah. So you know what? I mean,
Glad we got ours, right?
yeah, we got ours, but you know what? They can easily raise it to $20, and people
That's
are
true.
still going to buy them. So
Yeah, they just like they did with the TIE Fighter.
yeah. So I mean,
Enjoy your scratched ears.
yeah. So if you guys were interested in getting those ears, they are back in stock. So I would suggest you go get them now because you never know what supplies they have.
Because when they come back, there'll be another $1.
Exactly. And like I said, they were at Star Trader, and they were also over at the Autopia Winter Circle store next to Autopia in the entrance over there by the bathrooms. They have them there too. I didn't go check, and they might actually have them too over by the exit of Space Mountain like they did before. So I'm not sure about that, but they might. But when I was over at the Winter Circle, I noticed these Lightning McQueen cars light up ears.
Dang, those look cool from that video you showed me.
And I was asking these guys if these were new or not because I don't remember seeing them, and I usually don't really pay attention to the cars merchandise as much.
Anything in DCA light up? I mean, never heard of it.
So, I mean, I'm going to say these are new. Since I haven't seen them, I will be posting that up on Instagram soon, the video I took of that. So if you guys are interested in that, that is also $14.85. And those were over there at the Winter Circle, and they're probably over at Cars Land too. So check that out.
So the Lightning McQueen one is the same price as the raised price on the Star Wars one?
Yes.
The Electrical Parade one, was it already the higher price, or has
No.
it also been raised?
I don't know if they're available. I don't know if they're sold out. I'm not sure. I haven't checked on that because they didn't have them over there. The last time I seen those ears were over in Emporium.
But they were $13.95
They were $13.85.
or whatever.
So yes.
So we're going to predict that when they come back, they'll be $14.85.
Yes. I'm sure all the light up glow ears are going to be $14.85 now.
Damn inflation.
Yes. So like I said, I'm going to say they're brand new Lightning McQueen ears from Cars. So if you guys want those for your kids, go grab those.
It's likely they're probably over in Cars Land somewhere.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to move on. And we talked about the new Max Pass coming to the parks. And also the addition of Fast Pass to Matterhorn and Toy Story Mania. Well, it looks like they are already building the kiosk over by Toy Story Mania. There's some walls up over there right across from the attraction. So more than likely those kiosks are being put in now. And we also got some pictures of the new, I'm going to guess the Fast Pass scanners or something. I'm not sure what they are.
Fast pass scanners, I would say, because that's what I seen at racers when they're doing a test. It's just a pole. And, you go to the markets and like Walmart or something, and you want to see the price, and you put your hand. And
Right.
Same thing like that, but really small. And then you just, bing, the cast member's still there, but, people will ask questions, but, they'll just keep walking, not knowing to scan. But he'll be like, oh, right there, scan it. He's not going to pick it up and scan it for you. I've seen it before where they tried that, where you'll hand it to him, and he'll scan it, and then he'll just hand it back to you. And then you go into the point with the fast pass part. Then you give them pass, like racers. As soon as you get to that entrance, they were using the fast passes. You give it to him and scan it. By the time you get to that location right before the fast pass, you still have to give it to him like that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's just a check to make sure your fast pass is valid. Because one thing one of my cast member friends was saying, people are always trying to say, oh, no, I was late or something. So they're going to get strict and say, hey, it says denied, you can't come in at all.
Interesting.
You go last minute and be like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, okay, cool. But you scan it, it says red. It says, like, it lights up. I think it's either green and red. And then red is like, no. Anyway.
Denied.
Bye.
Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's already been installed over there in front of,
Toy Story entrance.
yeah, the Toy Story.
I wonder if they might be working on it not saying it is, but on Pirates.
Oh. I don't know. So over at Disneyland, we all know that the Matterhorn is closed for refurbishment while they are probably, extending that queue in the front and also putting in the Fast Pass system.
And they were banging in the mountain today. Pretty loud.
Whoa. That's the wrong podcast for that stuff.
Nah, but you can hear the construction from one of the scaffolds they have in one of the holes in the mountain. And you just hear them like just banging up on there. So hopefully they're fixing the track or something.
So we actually got some word and got some confirmation that we were talking about the Fast Pass machines were going to be installed over across from the attraction. And we did speculate that they were probably going to be installed over where the 60th photo op was. Well, we got confirmation on that's exactly where they're going to be installing those Fast Pass machines.
Oh, they are?
Yes, and according to this, they're only going to install 3 of them.
Well, they ain't got no walls up, that's for sure yet.
No, because they're not going to be able to install that, well, at least from what this is saying, until March 6th. So that's probably when you're going to start seeing the walls go up on that.
Because when is it that Matterhorn goes down?
It's already down.
It's already down. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, scheduled date to start right here says March 6th. So that's probably March 5th. Maybe you'll see the wall go up and all that to get ready to install that, which is very, very interesting.
Is there a date for an ending?
There's no date right now for that.
Oh, okay.
And there's still no date for when Matterhorn's going to open. I'm guessing sometime April. Because right now the calendar goes till the 31st, maybe the 1st now. I don't know. But there was no set date when the Matterhorn was going to open.
And during March, that'll be the Food and Wine Festival, correct?
Yes.
So they'll keep you occupied in DCA while they're fixing Disneyland.
There you go.
Smart move.
Yeah, April 1st, Matterhorn's still closed. So.
Dirty.
Also, we talked about the closure over there of the Mercantile in Frontierland, the store over there. And, of course, the bathrooms are closed. And I actually got confirmation that they are widening or extending them or whatever you want to call them. They're adding more to those bathrooms over there.
It's about time.
To the men's?
I'm going to say both sides. I don't know how they're doing it.
That women's bathrooms are already pretty big, but...
So they are extending the bathrooms over there. I got official confirmation on that. And I believe the Mercantile will open on March 10th. So maybe the bathrooms will be ready by then. I'm not sure about that.
What was the opening date on Pirates? Do you remember?
It opens on the 16th.
Okay, that makes
March
sense.
30th or around the end
Oh,
of
no,
March.
no.
It opens on March 16th.
That makes sense. I just was wondering because that makes sense. It's just in time because their Pirates' 50th anniversary is on the 18th.
Right.
So
I was going to say about that, just seeing about the anniversary.
Are you hungry? Well, they are. It's time for Fat Time in the Parks.
Fat time, little coat. Oh, I don't even know what that was.
I don't either. All right, yeah, so time to talk about some fat food.
That's right. Last week we told you about, that was last week, right? Yes. Last week we told you about the Beauty and the Beast stuff coming and that Village Haus was going to be taken over and become the Red Rose Tavern. That's Tavern with an E.
I saw that. I noticed that today.
Very.
I actually noticed it when I was writing my notes right now.
Oh, okay.
So early when I was writing my notes of what we're going to talk about, I was like, hey, wait a minute. There's an E on here.
You got to put that emphasis on the E.
Yes.
So it's Tavern. It's kind of like Jedi. I forgot there was confirmation of that, but
we'll get to that later.
We could mention that later.
I'm going to write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah. Yes, we got the Tuesday, we got the menu here. Well, I mean, partial menu. Now, keep in mind, there are items on here that are going to be basically items they had before that are just renamed, such as Beast's Burger. Now, it's not a 3rd-pound Angus beast beef.
Whoa.
But then, it could be. I don't know. Is it like roast beast from the Grinch or... No, this is a 3rd-pound Angus beef patty, slow-cooked beef. Oh, so it has a hamburger patty and beef on it. Is that what that's saying? And Gruyere cheese. So maybe it is a little bit different than the burger they already have, I guess, because I don't think it has beef.
Well, yeah,
It says Angus beef patty and then slow cooked beef.
Yeah.
Does that mean it has like roast beef on it?
Or maybe they just take their time cooking the beef patty.
And they're emphasizing that.
I don't know. All I know is, when I first saw this and I saw the 1/3 pound Angus beef patty, I was thinking,
it's a different patty than the ones we don't like.
no, I was thinking it's the same crap.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking. Same crap, because I believe over at the Tomorrowland they
Advertised 3rd pound. Oh.
Angus beef, so
Damn it.
it's going to be the same old crappy meat they have there. So I'm not going to eat this at all because it's just crap.
You're probably right because the next item is I just want to finish that real quick because it is the Angus beef patty, the slow cooked beef, the Gruyere, and caramelized onions, lettuce, tomato, and a horseradish aioli on a toasted roll. Now the next one is the classic Angus cheeseburger.
Yes.
That would be basically their burger that they have all the time at Village Haus.
Yes.
Also, they have a
Okay, before you finish or go on, I just want to say that I know we're talking about fat time, and someone took it literally. Yeah, this guy laughing over here because he got some kind of sandwich going on over here.
Yeah, Michael just came over with his slow roasted turkey sandwich from Jolly Holiday.
Exactly.
Is the part 2 of me finishing it. I knew I took it home for a reason.
That's why you haven't heard from him lately, because he went over to go grab it, and now he just got back.
Exactly.
And I'm enjoying Fat Times in the Park,
and
right?
He didn't even bring none of them chips with him.
Are they over there?
I don't know.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if they're good. I'm saving some for my girl, but I don't think they're hard anymore.
Oh, here's the chicken sandwich. There it is. Because I know that they already have a chicken sandwich there, and the reason I was brought to the chicken sandwich is because when Rebecca and I were looking at this, there was a person who commented that says, "Are they going to have a chicken sandwich?" Because obviously they didn't read the article.
Oh, that's the surprise.
Headline readers.
So you get the regular burger, you get the regular chicken sandwich, but what gets me, slow cooked beef poutine. Yes, that is right, poutine at Disneyland.
Slow cooked.
The only place you usually find poutine in a Disney park is at the French or Canadian things over at Epcot.
Oh.
Slow cooked beef and gravy over seasoned waffle cut fries, pickled onions, and cheese curds.
Ooh.
So yes, it is like a poutine, Canadian poutine. Now I don't know what Beauty and the Beast has to do with Canadians, but no, I don't know. I know poutine is Canadian, but if it's also French, then then tell me.
Well, they have French Canadians.
I do know they have French and Canadians, but I don't know if that necessarily translates to poutine being French Canadian. But in this case, perhaps it is. But the chef's chopped salad, I'm going to guess that that's probably the normal salad that they have there. Ooh, bacon, though.
I like that.
Apple. And they also have a poutine flatbread, which sounds really good. It's topped with slow-cooked beef, pommes frites, roasted garlic aioli, cheese curds, gravy, and herb oil. Yeah, that sounds really good. I don't think I haven't tried any of the flatbreads. They always have specialty flatbreads over there for like events and stuff. I think the last one was Christmas or whatever it was. And then they always have a Halloween one. But they always have different flatbreads over there at Village Haus. But this one sounds really good, and I might finally try a flatbread.
I think it was during the Halloween, and it was what was it? They kind of made it like Earl's, but it wasn't as good.
Right. Because they had a flatbread last year or the year before for Halloween also, but it was completely different. So that sounds really good. They have a garden mozzarella flatbread, which I believe it was already probably on the menu. There is a pulled pork flatbread, which I don't think was on the menu. That is pulled pork, roasted corn, sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, pickled onions, and cilantro.
Ooh.
Because nothing says French like cilantro.
Oh, yeah. Now there is a lemon rose cake. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. I skipped a sandwich real quick.
Hey, you need to back it up.
I need to back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Because I got distracted by poutine, and I forgot to mention the enchanted cauliflower sandwich.
Whoa there.
Yeah. Now, this isn't for everybody, clearly. But definitely got to get in for the vegetarians and stuff. It is a grilled cauliflower steak, spicy lime aioli, tempura battered green beans, which that actually sounds good, lettuce, tomato on a toasted roll. Now, when you look at the picture, it looks really good because the cauliflower looks like shrimp, so it makes it sound like and then it looks like it has guacamole on it, but I don't know what that is. I'm looking at
The bottom?
yeah.
Looks
Oh, that's
like
lettuce.
lettuce.
Never mind. See, but when you look at it from far away, it looks like there's guacamole squeezing out from the bottom, and it makes it look really bomb. But it's just lettuce, so don't get too happy. So, okay, I'm backing it back up again. Back to the lemon rose cake. So now we're into dessert. There is a lemon mousse cake with strawberry rose filling. Ooh.
I wouldn't mind the strawberry rose filling, but I'm not a lemon person, so
Right.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind taking a sample of someone's hint.
Do you want a sample of Gaston's famous brew?
Sure. No.
You know why? Because there's mango in it.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It sounds like it would be like, oh, man, apple, punch, passion fruit foam. Oh, sounds like a boys and apple freeze. Oh, no, there's mango in it. Never mind.
I might try it.
It depends. It depends on how strong the mango is.
Right.
If somebody gets it, I might try it.
What do they have in Walt Disney World as in his tavern for his drink? What is that? Is it the same
I don't
thing?
know. In his little mug, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be the same thing. I've never been there. If anybody has been to visited Gaston at Walt Disney World and knows what comes in the Gaston cup over there, let us know if it is the same drink. If not, let us know what it is. MousePIRE@gmail.com. Subject line: Gaston's juice. All right, last but not least, what everybody's been waiting for, because supposedly it's delicious, just ask the dishes. It's the gray stuff.
Yes.
It is the gray stuff. How do you say that? Gâteau?
Gâteau. Gesundheit.
So I don't know how it ends up being gray. There's a picture at the top of this article that shows some stuff on a cracker. It looks like it's on a giant Ritz cracker. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the gray stuff, because that looks nothing like the description for the gray stuff. Because the gray stuff is described as a white chocolate mousse and red velvet cake with a sweet raspberry center.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
But there's nothing at all on this list that looks like that picture.
Right. They just pull it out of their files.
But it's on the same plate as the cauliflower sandwich.
I don't know. I wasn't there when they took pictures.
So everyone shall have to try the gray stuff to see if it's delicious. I'm not going to ask the dishes because they're dirty.
Don't forget to try that rabbit food.
Now, this will be opening on February 24th, so next this Friday.
Next this Friday?
Next this Friday.
Dirty.
In other words, if you're listening to this when it comes out tomorrow, it will be opening. Now, there's no word here. Maybe we'll be getting word during the week about when the other Beauty and the Beast stuff that we talked about last week will be starting. When will Gaston be out? Apparently, there was some stupids that thought that Gaston and all that was starting today. I don't know why anybody would think that stuff was starting on a Tuesday.
Gaston was out yesterday.
Oh, Gaston has been out.
Yeah, he's out. A lot of girls are following him again, taking selfies.
So they decided to bring them out early, or did they just decide to start that unannounced, I guess?
I mean, he's been out for a cool minute, but I haven't been in that area, you know what I mean, where Maurice's crazy cart is at.
Well, they never specified in that article last week where he was going to be. They just said that he was going to be around.
I think they're just making it official. You know what I mean? The fact that, if you're already at a pass holder, you already know he comes in and out once in a while.
I think he's always just in Fantasyland.
Right.
The whole Fantasyland and then over there at the theater, so.
Once this opens, you probably got to expect that he's going to be closer over there by this in the shop and stuff, though, I would imagine.
That, or if he's going to have a set time.
Right. He might even have a backdrop over there, maybe over there near the Star Wars Land entrance or something like that. Who knows? Maybe they'll just prop him up in front of the bathrooms.
There you go.
I was going to say right next to the restaurant.
Like I said, that starts on February 24th, as in this Friday, as in tomorrow, possibly. There's no ending date.
No.
We don't know. It's going to at least probably run through when the movie comes out.
If it flops or not, you'll
I'm
see
going
how
to
long.
say, I'm going to probably maybe guess that this might run until the end of March. What do you think?
Probably. Yeah, going to Easter.
Right.
So right before Easter.
Maybe even keep it around for Easter.
Maybe.
Depends if it flops.
It depends on if they need the area. For
Maybe they'll put a Gaston egg up there in the building.
Okay, so it looks like the only thing that we're not sure about is the dipping sauces at Maurice's Treats, whether those are already there or if those will also be starting on Friday. Now that we know what the gray stuff is at the tavern, what do you think the gray stuff dipping sauce would be?
I'm scared to ask. Hopefully it's ranch with a little gray food coloring.
It depends on what it's for.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's whatever's left over of Bengal barbecue.
Because we already know that there's a marinara and a strawberry, so there's a sweet and there's a savory sauce. So it depends on which item. Does it go with the sweet twist or does it go with the savory twist?
So yeah, I was actually in the park yesterday, and I did go over to the tavern,
Taverny.
that tavern.
The tavern.
Yeah, that guy. I went over to that place, and it's not like they've done anything yet. So I'm still thinking it's just maybe an overnight thing, like I said last week, because nothing's been changed, nothing's been covered or anything yet.
Inside too, though. I mean,
yes, I took pictures inside. Actually,
that's
went and
weird.
took pictures inside
Because they're talking about all this. That basically, it sounds like
it's gonna be a tarp covered with you know how they put the scrims up. It's gonna be something like that.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I'm gonna say it's gonna be, because I haven't seen anything yet, and I'm actually planning to go to the parks on Thursday, and I will be looking over there on Thursday.
they just need to change the disc.
Yes, exactly. All right, so yesterday at the park, I indulged in some fat time.
A couple times.
Well, it's what you do. Well, the first thing I had was the swirl ice cream over there at Paradise Pier at the ice cream company. I mean, it's ice cream. Everyone's had that before, I'm sure. So there's really nothing to be like, oh, this is good, or anything. Nothing to reveal about. That's what I'm trying to say. It's ice cream. It's awesome. It's good.
The point of that is he was going over there to see if they had the Valentine's one still, but they didn't. So he got ice cream anyways.
Yes, still wanted the ice cream. But later on that night, I went over to the Plaza Inn to try the new, it's called Rainbow Cake. And basically, it's to celebrate the return of the electrical parade. So I wanted to go try that out. Went over there and I got it and I ate it, and
It looks delicious.
but it was disappointing to me.
Oh, don't tell me it was dry.
The cake was good.
Oh.
My issue is with this cream cheese frosting.
Oh, is that what it's supposed to be?
Well, the cream cheese is in the middle. There's the layers in the middle.
Oh.
And then you have your regular frosting on the outside, but that was kind of bland.
The outside frosting was like a buttercream, or?
I don't know what it is. No, the reason is because it wasn't sweet.
Oh.
It was, maybe it reminded me of the cupcake frosting for the 60th cupcake, but when you're thinking it's really, really sweet, but it wasn't sweet, but it's sweet enough. But this was just, to me, was kind of just bland. It wasn't really sweet to me. The cake was good. The cake was really good. It was moist and everything, but I was just really disappointed with the frosting in the middle with the cream cheese. I'm not a cream cheese person. I will tolerate it, but I don't know. It was just really disappointing. I would say the best part was the little fruit droppings on the sides, which was, oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to ask you what those were,
Okay.
because it just looks like little liquids.
Okay, so let's go just run them down, because we were trying to taste them and try to see what they were. So let's start with the obvious raspberry. Yum. And then there was one that I think was kind of like apple. I'm not sure. It kind of tastes like apple to me. And I think there was either orange or maybe tangerine.
Marmalade.
No, not marmalade. She wasn't there. I don't know. It could be maybe tangerine or something, but it was really, really good.
What was it like? Was it taste like a jelly, or just like a essence, or?
Wasn't jelly. It wasn't jelly-ish. It was more maybe like a fruit type of filling. Maybe, I don't know, because it was liquid.
Like, but not like thick, like a like a pie or something.
No. It was really a runny type of liquid. I don't know what it is, but it was good.
I just know I was looking at the picture and I noticed those and I was like, those are interesting.
Let me just tell you how I ate this, because I had a fork, and you can't really scoop it up with a fork. So I got my finger. I was like, I was wiping it off with my finger and eating it. So it was good. I love that part. That was the best part of the cake. I didn't really care for the cake.
He just looked like he was trying to numb some cocaine right now. But
Whoa there.
So, and then of course on top was a buttercream frosting on top with little flour, orange flour, and then your chocolate on top that has the Electrical Prairie logo. That was good. So the best part of the cake was the fruit on the sides, the little garnish. That was awesome. I wouldn't get this cake again.
that's disappointing because it looks like a cake that you would want to have many times over. But
Without that frosting in the middle, yes. I mean, you like cream cheese, so you should
I
try,
do like
try
cream
it.
cheese.
You should try it. Tell me what you think. And
'Cause my biggest concern would be the cake not being moist or it being.
no, the cake was fine.
as long as it's definitely not. As long as it's not a flourless cake again.
No, I was like trying to
Scrape it.
off and just eat the cake part. So the cake was good.
And then with the top frosting having no flavor, that seems weird too.
Yeah, I don't understand what that was, but maybe it's a fondant.
You
I
got
don't
a
know.
tainted batch.
You're a fondant.
And then last week I told you about, what did we eat last week?
The raspberry.
Right, the cookie.
The cookie.
And
and the week before that, it was some other.
No. So the cookie, I had that cookie, but I forgot to mention about the strawberry shortcake I had.
Different than the old strawberry shortcake?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had this one before. It was.
You had strawberry shortcake from Plaza.
Oh no! That's Plaza's. This doesn't compare to Plaza. Okay, let's not even go there with that.
Okay, well, I was just saying. Cause
Okay,
that's,
no. It's like a parfait shortcake. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So just to you guys,
So like the one that's at Earl of Sandwich.
yes, it's like that, and I'll compare the two.
Okay.
So it's a strawberry shortcake. It's in the little cup, just like the parfaits are, and because we went to go look for that.
Where was that?
Pizza Port.
Oh, okay.
We were looking for that space junk. Remember that?
Yes.
So, but they didn't have it. So I saw
No.
the strawberry shortcake. So okay, I'll grab this. So I was eating it. It was funny because I was there with Tim, and I took my spoon, my fork, whatever I was eating it, and right when I was putting it, about to eat it, Tim said, "Would you eat it again?" Right before I even, and I took a bite. I said no. It wasn't that great. It wasn't, because I love strawberries, and it wasn't that great. It wasn't the strawberry, just the shortcake itself, and it has some kind of type of pudding, because it was a strawberry shortcake type of parfait, some kind of pudding, maybe custard, but it doesn't really taste like custard. I don't know what it was. It could have been vanilla. I'm not sure. It was all right. I wouldn't get it again because it wasn't my thing.
Okay, now, before you make the comparison to Earl of Sandwich, I want you to pretend like the Earl of Sandwich whipped cream doesn't exist.
Okay.
You're just comparing the cake.
Okay.
Don't pretend the whipped cream from Earl Sandwich doesn't exist. You're just comparing the strawberry shortcake itself.
Okay. Now well, you know what? It's different. Not because of the whipped cream, but because the one at Pizza Port had that custard pudding or whatever it was. So it wasn't appetizing.
Which
to
is
me.
weird because none of the other parfaits or anything have anything like that.
So I mean, I don't know. I would rather have the Earl Sandwich strawberry shortcake because that's just shortcake and strawberries and that delicious whipped cream.
Oh yeah.
And I know we talked about this last time about the chocolate pudding at Earl Sandwich is now half a cup of pudding and not worth the price.
I don't know if it's always like that because it was weird.
The last time I went,
Really?
2 weeks ago, whenever I went the last time, same thing, half a cup of
It's
pudding.
weird because when you had sent me that picture that one day, I had just been there like just days before that when I was there to see Rogue One, and we had went to Earl Sandwich and somebody had the cup, and it was fine. It was just like normal. And then it was just days later when you sent me that picture of the one, and it's like if it's been like that since then, that was a change like that.
Yes, because like I said, I've been there. I went there 2 weeks ago, and same thing. Because I was like, okay, I want the pudding. I went to go look, half a cup. No, I'm not paying $4, whatever it is for that. And I actually got a strawberry shortcake. So yeah, I would rather have the Earl Sandwich strawberry shortcake compared to Pizza Port.
Beauty and the Beast. Hey, so not really related to the Beauty and the Beast at Disneyland, but related to the movie coming out soon. Now, this guy told you about the preview over there at DCA last week. He pretty much told you what it is, that it's the beginning of the movie, the first song, right? It's the whole first song?
Yes.
Now, the sneak preview is supposed to be something unique, I assume. It's supposed to be showing footage that you can't see anywhere else. Now, you said it was the whole first scene, and then what? Was the whole first scene and then went into the trailer?
Yes.
Or was it a whole first scene and then showed some other stuff and then the trailer?
No, it went right to the trailer.
See, which that's different than what they usually do, because usually they show a scene or a bunch of different scenes and then some small scenes and then the trailer. See, this seems pretty lazy. And what I'm getting to is that if what they're showing at the preview at DCA is the first song, there's nothing special about that anymore, because they just released, yesterday or 2 days ago?
Something like
They
that.
just released online the whole first song online. Now anybody can watch it. So my thing is that, well, there's no point in going to the preview unless, as this guy said, you want water sprayed in your face. Because, I mean, is there really anything else that's major about the effects? I mean, maybe there's some lighting or something.
The sound of music part, where the screens on the side of you come on.
Oh, right, okay.
That was pretty cool.
The whole idea of going to these sneak previews at Disneyland or DCA is to see stuff and get the effects before. It's like seeing a extended trailer, or seeing something cool on the big screen with the effects and everything. But if they're gonna come out with that, and then just a week or two, a couple weeks later, come out with the whole exact same scene that you can see there, then what's the point of it? It seems really stupid. I mean, what do you think?
I saw on someone posted, and I think the wording on their post was like the whole first scene, and then I was thinking the same thing. Wait, this is the same thing we just saw. I didn't actually watch it, so I didn't know what they were showing. So until you told me,
I haven't watched it either. But from what everybody said, basically it's the whole first song.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would think that it should be something special for us to see, but now they're releasing.
I mean, is
it
that over promoting the movie when they just released the whole first 4 minutes in the movie, 3 minutes in the movie, whatever it is?
I would say so.
I mean, that's over promotion if you ask me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard there's one thing about showing stuff, like it's one thing to show a long scene in the preview at DCA or whatever for people who can go in there and watch it, who go to the park, who pay to go to the park and can see it. But it's another thing to post the first 4 minutes of the movie online for everybody to see. It seems over promotion, and that it's going to be like, oh, everybody's going to make their judgment off of how she does in the whole first song. It's one thing to have just a handful of people that see it at the park, but it's another thing for everybody and everybody who can get online and watch it, and they're going to be like, their whole movie going experience is going to be based off whether they enjoyed that song.
True.
You want them to go to the movie based on the trailer, not based on her performance in the one song. All it takes is one person to think that she sounds a little flat in the one song, and then not go see the movie because of that, rather than if they had seen the trailer and she said, oh, she sounds good enough to go see it in the trailer and then go see it. I don't know.
Whatevs.
I just think it was stupid. So speaking of Beauty and the Beast, but not really, Angela Lansbury.
I know her. She likes to write about murder.
Yeah, I was watching last week tonight, and John Oliver started a hashtag Jessica Fletcher is a serial killer. Just because the murders always happen when she's there. So, I mean, that means she's actually the one doing the killing. But that's beside the point. Like I said, Beauty and the Beast, she was obviously in Beauty and the Beast. She was Mrs. Potts. But as she always does, Angela Lansbury is returning to Disney. And this time she will be in, well, of course, Mary Poppins.
Yes.
She will be joining Emily Blunt as Mary Poppins and that other guy,
Puerto Rican Bert,
Lin-Manuel Miranda. I finally saw who he was playing. He's obviously not playing Puerto Rican Bert, but I I forgot who they said what his role was. It said what his role was, but I forget it now. He's from somebody from one of the other novels. Angela Lansbury will be playing the Balloon Lady. She's also a character from the series of Mary Poppins books. Mary Poppins is currently filming. Oh, and we had also seen that we didn't mention when it was announced that Dick Van Dyke will be playing the young Mr. Dawes. So he would be the son from the original Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Because you know how he played the old Mr. Dawes in the original Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Well, it was another guy who played the son. Now Dick Van Dyke will be playing the son.
Got it. Okay, I understand now. Lin-Manuel is playing Jack.
Yes, that guy. So cool. Welcome back to Disney, Angela Lansbury. That will be coming out on Christmas of next year. Speaking of Disney live action casting, ooh, exciting. You saw this, right?
I did see this.
Yeah. Mufasa. Ooh.
Say it again.
Mufasa.
Ooh.
That's right. James Earl Jones. The only Mufasa ever.
Yes.
Because apparently, I forgot the guy's name. The director.
John.
Yes.
Favreau.
Apparently John Favreau thinks that thinks that Mufasa should be the only one to play Mufasa.
What?
Also, a.k.a. James Earl Jones should be the only person to play Mufasa because he has been cast to be Mufasa in the live-action Lion King.
Cool.
And Lando Calrissian, a.k.a. Donald Glover, will be playing Simba.
Interesting.
So that's really cool
Bye,
casting.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Exactly. Of course, we know actually he's probably going to be playing. I mean, I'm guessing is he going to be young Simba, old Simba?
I don't know.
Is he going to change his voice and do both? I just wanted one other note about that. Obviously, that's very exciting news. The fact that James Earl Jones is coming back. Donald Glover, everybody seems to love Donald Glover. I don't know how many people out there watch wrestling. There is a tag team called the New Day.
Yes.
Last night on Raw, not only was announced that they would be the hosts of WrestleMania 33, but they sent out a video. I don't remember what the exact context was, but they made a comment about the Lion King casting, and basically they are volunteering because they really want to play the hyenas. The New Day wants to play the hyenas. So I thought that was really funny, and I just wanted to throw that in there with this casting and say, make it happen. So speaking of Donald Glover and Lando Calrissian, Han Solo, the standalone Han Solo film that still has no title except for just Han Solo Untitled Film or Untitled Han Solo Film or whatever the heck, it started filming today.
Oh, cool. What's it called?
Han Solo.
Oh, cool.
We don't know. There's no title. Hey, we got kosher water in a bottle. About time he finally decided to bottle it. And as they did with The Force Awakens, we got another group cast photo of everybody smashed into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I saw Chewbacca.
Yeah, you remember when they had the Force Awakens cast photos, or just a few of the cast were there in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon along with JJ. Well, they basically done the same thing here. Everybody's all smashed in here. Even Woody Harrelson. But yeah, Chewbacca's in there. I just wanted to make a note about Chewbacca that it was official that one of the I believe he's the guy who has stepped in and done Chewbacca when Peter Mayhew couldn't do it for like Force Awakens and other
that
things.
tall white guy.
Yeah, a tall white guy that used to be a basketball player or something. I don't want to try and say his name because I'm going to try and say it, but Jonas Swutamo. I need to get he's going to be playing Chewbacca, obviously. I need to get because that means he's going to be Chewbacca he's probably already Chewbacca in Episode 8 in Last Jedi, and then he's probably going to be Chewbacca in Episode 9. So, I mean, we got to get used to saying his name. But, so I need to get a pronunciation guide for this guy. But he is taken over as Chewbacca. So, welcome to the permanent family. Of course, as of right now, Han Solo is scheduled to come out on May 25th of 2018, but nobody will be surprised if they decide that, well, Star Wars just wants to own December forever and moves the movie to December. Certainly wouldn't surprise me. But if not, hey, I'd be happy to get 2 Star Wars movies within 6 months.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
I got a bad feeling about this.
All right, so the other day we got the announcement when the new Force Friday will be. Now they're calling it Force Friday 2. I guess it is Force Friday 2 because the other was Rogue Friday
Yes.
for Rogue One, so it wasn't really Force Friday.
I got confused on that too.
Yeah, me too. I was like thinking, well, why is it Force Friday 2? Did they just pretend that Rogue One didn't exist? Oh, right, it was Rogue Friday. So yes, Force Friday Part 2 will be coming on September 1st. And we got our first look at the packaging for The Last Jedi.
I saw that.
And we got a new hairdo for Rey. She's got a lightsaber. And Poe and Finn are running away from their obvious love for each other on this box. So it looks pretty cool. It's just a box.
It's just a box.
It's just a box. Just like all the other boxes we've seen when they've advertised these. It's just a box with nothing in it. So, but this will be the artwork. It's really pretty cool. But yeah, September 1st for Force Friday 2. That's when you can expect your first wave of all your Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi merchandise. I'm going to guess that since this will be Episode 8, you could probably expect a lot more of the return to the midnight openings and having Walmart and Toys R Us and a lot of those places do a midnight thing. Obviously, between now and then, we'll get a lot more details on that, especially after Star Wars Celebration in April. So obviously, stay tuned on that. A lot more to come. Also, this past week, we got an announcement that a new Star Wars novel was going to be coming out soon called Inferno Squad. And this is actually going to be a direct sequel to, kind of a sweet sequel to Rogue One.
I saw that.
It's going to be about the Imperial Navy authorizing a formation of an elite team of soldiers known as Inferno Squad. Their mission will be to infiltrate and eliminate the remnants of Saw Gerrera's partisans. So that's going to be basically about that. So it's not going to be like, it's a sequel, but it's not a sequel. It's a sequel going the other direction. Now, I don't know how many partisans he really has left. I mean, it seems like everybody either just kind of divided up or died. But, I mean, this is saying that his partisans are kind of carrying on a kind of extremist legacy, carrying on his extremist legacy, that they're probably just going to be resorting to guerrilla tactics at this point, just small groups, kind of like what the rebellion was at the beginning, like at the beginning of Rebels or something like that, where everybody's all spread out. There's going to be little pockets of his former people rebelling against the Empire, and that's basically Inferno Squad is being sent after them for fire.
Fire.
You're going to light some fire under them partisans. That will be coming out on July 25th. So speaking of The Last Jedi real quick, there was we talked about and keep joking about the Jedi, so we were speculating on, obviously everybody's speculating on whether The Last Jedi, whether that's plural or singular, and is it just one Last Jedi, two Last Jedi, how many Last Jedi? So, people think that we've got our proof that it's plural, and that's based on the translations into other languages of the title Last Jedi. Because I believe it was in, I don't have the article, it's not really that important, but in a couple languages, I know one of them was Italian, I believe. But there was at least 2 or 3 languages that people had seen, and Jedi was definitely, or there something in the title translated in the language, there was a plural in there. That if it wasn't plural, it would be a different word, or it would be a different substance of the word. In English, things are pretty obvious when they're plural, but, when we get other languages, sometimes there's 2 completely different words for plural and not plural. Now, that could be just the people who did the translation making assumptions, though, in the end. So we don't really know. Unless they're getting some information from Lucasfilm that they should be putting that translation in plural, that could be them just making an assumption and putting it in plural. So who knows? If it's ending up on the official poster, I don't know if I think that's where these are coming from, is the official foreign posters, then I would think that makes it official that it's plural, but I don't know. I'll have to look more into it. I wasn't really prepared. I just kind of remembered, oh yeah, Jedi. Hey, guess what I got to see last Thursday?
Your feet?
That's rude. That's rude. Wow. Hey, I saw Newsies.
Cool.
Not the movie.
Oh. But at the movies.
But I saw the Broadway show at the movies.
Okay.
Because Fathom had a special thing where they did a special taping of the Broadway, and they brought back, I believe, all the original cast.
Oh.
And it was a special taping just for the Fathom thing, where they had cameras, and they even had a live audience and everything. But they actually had cameras, and they were filming it like it was a movie. But it had the stage set up and everything like it was the musical. So it was watching a musical, but in a movie.
Do you have popcorn?
No, I did not have popcorn.
You better go get that dollar refill bucket.
Well, I didn't even know that I had rewards on my AMC rewards, or else I might have gotten a popcorn. But that's my fault. I should have looked. But yeah, so we went and saw that last Thursday. It was really cool. I liked it. I had never heard it. You know, I've actually only seen part of the movie, so I didn't even know anything, which is fine because the musical doesn't really follow the movie completely, because there's like this girl in it that isn't even in the movie, and then Jeff Daniels isn't even in the musical. So I don't even know where he went, but because I know he's in the movie. But Christian Bale's character's in the musical. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
But it was cool. If you guys missed out on it, well, you're missed out on it now, because the day this podcast comes out is the last day. Wednesday. Yesterday, the 18th or the 22nd is the last day for Newsies. It was the 16th, the 18th, and the 22nd. So if you guys didn't see it, well, you missed out on it.
Direct from the Broadway stage, Disney's high-energy hit show, Newsies, the Broadway musical, is coming to the big screen. Don't miss your final chance to see the Tony Award-winning musical phenomenon. Filmed live on stage. In select cinemas nationwide, Newsies, an exclusive 3-day event, February 2017. Tickets on sale now at fathomevents.com.
Hey, guess what? You missed it. Hey, so this last weekend was New York Toy Fair. Of course, that New York Toy Fair is always exciting because we get a lot of the announcements for toys coming out in the coming year. I think the biggest thing coming out of New York Toy Fair for me to talk about was the announcement of all of the Star Wars 40th anniversary merchandise. The Star Wars 40th anniversary merchandise will be coming out and will be kind of like the original. They will look like the original cards, but they will be kind of like silver looking. They will have the 40th anniversary logo up in the corner. The first couple waves will be the original 12 figures. They will be in the 6-inch Black Series format, so you will have they will be carded like the original figures with the same packaging, but they'll be the 6-inch figures. So it's going to be like, instead of having your little package, it's going to be like a gigantic, but not like a gigantic like those big old ones. But they'll be coming out the original 12, and if anybody knows about the story of the early bird packaging, I think I've talked about it before on this podcast. The early bird packaging was because the fact that Kenner didn't have anything prepared for Christmas of 1977. They sold an empty box called the early bird package.
Oh, you gotta go pick it up.
Right, and you had to go. You went and bought it, and it was a box. There was nothing in it but a backdrop and a stand, and you had a form in there you could fill out, and they would mail you the figures when they were ready. Basically, not many people bought it because who's going to buy an empty box? But that thing is worth a fortune now. That thing, you could get thousands of dollars if you had an open one. Even if you had an open one, it's still thousands of dollars. But they're going to be kind of recreating that. They're going to have a packaging where I believe it's going to come with Darth Vader, and it's going to have the same kind of backdrop and the stands, and you will be able to take all your figures and stand them up in the packaging. But the packaging has the little stripe on it that says early bird, and it kind of emulates the original packaging. So it's going to be kind of cool. But like I said, it will be the first figures that will be coming out will be the original 12 figures from the line. They will be also having another line that will be similar to the old Star Wars Unleashed figures. I don't know if you guys remember those.
No.
They were just kind of like the figures were just kind of doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah. Kind of hard to explain. They're unleashed. Lots of cool stuff coming out, though. One other thing I wanted to talk about was that Funko announced Funko announced a ton of Funko Pops that were going to be coming out. And there will be a Darkwing Duck Funko collection coming out. That will be Darkwing Launchpad and what's her name?
Sally.
Yes.
Jesse. Raphael.
That wasn't her name.
No, you said yes.
I don't remember what her name is. I feel bad for not remembering, but Goslin.
That's what I said.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, Goslin. But definitely be keeping an eye out for all the Star Wars 40th anniversary merchandise will definitely be coming out soon. I believe that they were saying that a lot of it was already, the first wave was already on pre-order on Hasbro Shop. If you're the completist, you're obviously the most people are going to try and get the first 12. I don't know. Haven't decided what I want to do. Hey,
what's up?
I think that's it. It's time for some mail and stuff.
Some mail-in stuff?
Mail-in stuff.
Like golf and stuff?
Ooh, I remember that place.
Yeah, that's where they filmed Wreck-It Ralph.
Which one?
First one. There's only one out.
No, I meant which golf and stuff.
The one in, was it Downey? What's it called?
That's the Karate Kid one.
Yeah, that's where they filmed Wreck-It Ralph.
Hey, no, the one in Karate Kid was in Encino.
No.
Or it was up in the valley.
No.
No.
The one off the 605.
Yeah.
Oh, it was that one?
Yeah. Same one with Wreck-It Ralph. All right, so here's the mail. Our first mail comes from Nancy.
Uh-oh. It's been a while.
And
Dirty.
she says her subject line is, I'm back. Really?
Bye.
She says, I'm really going to keep up this time. All right, so she's going to start with episode 49, which is our very first live from Michael's mailroom.
I don't remember that one.
That was when we were here.
For the very first time?
I believe so. So we caught it live from Michael's mailroom. I think that was the first time we were.
Dang, you must be behind it because we've been here a couple of times. So, yeah, you're liking it.
All right, so she says, funny episode, although I hadn't realized I had submitted questions in this podcast, I turned it off because I couldn't hear my lame ramblings. Why didn't you stop me? She says, Michael, Diggs' real name isn't lame, dirty.
It's lamer.
She says, questions. In this podcast, Anthony said the best thing he ever ate at Disneyland was served on Thanksgiving Day at the park. What was it?
Maple bacon funnel cake.
Okay, Nancy, you didn't get to see his face, but as soon as I asked that question, he just looked at me. He gave me this look and smiled.
Because we all know what I was talking about.
Yeah, that maple bacon funnel cake was the bomb, and we haven't seen it since that day.
Dirty.
Exactly.
Super limited edition.
Unless the bacon price went up for them.
All right, she says episode 64, vacations and elections.
I thought that one was at my house.
It was.
She says hashtag fat time in the park. Do they still have the donuts in the park? Did you try the other ones yet? All right, you know what? I'm glad you asked that question because I forgot to say this. Yes, they still have the donuts in the park.
Yep.
I haven't tried any since the ones I've had before because I don't see any reason to trying them.
Doesn't look like, wow.
I mean, they look good. I still want to try the Oreo one. I haven't seen it lately, but the other ones to me they're just the same donut. It's the same stuff. Just that maple bacon donut is awesome. You have to try that one. But
beyond that, that's it.
Yeah, but what I wanted to say is that I actually went there yesterday and I looked, and that maple bacon donut was $6, right? When I got it.
Oh yeah, $6.
And it is now $5.75.
Oh wow.
Yeah, price drop. The other day you were talking about prices going up on Kit's menu.
Well, it did.
Well, the donut price went down on that donut, so.
Because probably everybody's like, man, that's too high price for a donut.
Exactly. But it was the best donut they have, so I would eat it every time if I could. I don't care about prices. It's only
if not, would you just rather go to downtown Disney for Sprinkles cupcake? $5.
I'd rather get the donut from Universal.
But we're not at Universal. That's on the other side of the light.
So yeah, Nancy, if you get a chance to get to the parks, I definitely go try one of those donuts and let us know what you think. All right, thank you for your email, Nancy. All right, our next email comes from Dan the Man. His subject line is, AP Hyperspace Lily Bell Days. All right, so he says, finally actually got to go to AP Days to get buttons. I usually miss out because they are almost out of buttons by the time I can get to the parks.
Dirty.
Stupid day job. I got in the last two, and it looks like I'll be able to get the next two as well. Did they always take and scan your pass for buttons? Yes.
Not all the time.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
No, they haven't. I know a bunch of people that got it again and again and again and again. A lot of them not too busy paying attention right by the ATM.
You know what? Every time we've went, there's always scan, and here's one button. Scan.
How is there nobody? What do you mean nobody's paying attention? They hold the buttons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like they're sitting in a basket.
When you have a cluster of cast members and they're all talking right there, and you go and say, hey, can I get a button? And they just look at your pass and it's here.
I've never seen that.
Busy. Yeah.
All the AP days,
they've always been anal on only one button scanning your pass.
Carla got it when we were right there when we were waiting that day.
Carla flirts. Anyway, yes, they've always done that. Let's see. He says, it seems like they still deal with the AP Center on a day-to-day basis. Twice I've been in there now, and photos with the Main Street Electrical Parade backdrops were handled differently, and once with PhotoPass photographers and once without. So it looks like they are still trying to figure out what they're doing. But I've got my buttons, so whatever. Well, when we went, they had the PhotoPass photographers. I mean, I'm sure they will go on break or something, and maybe a regular cast member would just use your phone, take the picture with your phone. I don't know. I haven't seen that, but I've only been there twice for that, so I don't know. Also got to visit the Lily Bell last week, checked out the trains at New Orleans, and asked if it was open. We were told we could look inside. On the way out, cast member stopped me to ask what I knew about it. I told him a few things. Then he asked if we wanted to see it, showed us in, gave us a little history lesson, and got a souvenir ticket.
Nice.
I've never been able to ride on it, but seeing it close up was pretty cool. Until next time, Dan out. Peace.
So he got the Lily Bell ticket?
Yeah.
Without going on the Lily Bell? That's awesome. I want to go.
They've been doing that. If you go over there and they let you go in and they give you the ticket. So we need to go do that.
Yeah, we do.
And you can use that for when it's active.
Really?
Yeah. There was a time I went to rope drop, and it was me and the other lady. And, the lady was talking like, oh, that's why I came early. I the first time I came to the park in a long time. So she did that. And they weren't coming. And I think it was due to rain. It might have rained. So they said no. And I was like, okay, well, whatever, but I'm on the phone. And so she's like, oh, my goodness, I love the train. And then next thing you know, they gave her the ticket and they said, you know what? You can use this anytime. Come back in the morning and let them know that you had it, like you came here and that they gave it to you. And you can use that, hopefully, if there's not like sold out, you can use that to save a place. Supposedly.
Well, I guess we have to check on that and see.
Yeah, ask and find out. Doesn't hurt.
Nope. Well, thank you for your email, Dan. Hey, hopefully we can see you in the park soon. And we can have some fat times. All right, so Michael is going to finish his cookie. And he has something for his live email.
All right. So, first of all, just to let you guys know, next week I'll be on a different podcast representing MousePIRE. Want to check it out? All aboard. I guess find it. I don't know how to find these podcasts. If you have iTunes, you can type it up and you'll find it. But beyond that, I don't know how you find podcasts. So just type it in, All Aboard Podcast, and I'll be on there. We'll be discussing. I guess they travel into different themes, I guess. And this one, he wanted advice, so I said, okay, well, let's go on to Expensive Land. Wow. Find everything expensive in the park and see, find the highest prices. And
you got to better go to Disneyana.
No, well, besides that, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's some areas, like the Haunted Mansion and Pirates. I'm pretty sure they have, like, this statue is like 100 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So next week, when I go to collect the third button, I'm going to go around and just ask real quick, what's the most expensive, like the top 5 expensive items in all these stores. I'm pretty sure I'll find some good stuff in DCA because some of that stuff looks expensive.
Yeah.
But, so let me go ahead and get some questions. I got some questions real quick. Do you believe that when they're ready to deal with Tomorrowland, finally, who knows, 2025, 2035, whatever they decide to actually mess with Tomorrowland. Do you think that the fact that that the people mover is all around in every single building, that they'll literally tear it down and just do it from scratch? Because, obviously, if you want to take out the people mover track, it's all embedded in all the buildings, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure they could do with not messing with Space Mountain. But do you think they would destroy all the buildings and do something brand new?
It's interesting because you mentioned that, because just the other day Rebecca was asking me, what's that track up there?
It's all dirty.
Why is it there? I'm like, well, that's from the People Mover. You don't remember the People Mover? Oh, yeah, but why is it still there? I'm like, well, they had I told her about the rocket rods. She guessed it didn't go on the rocket rods.
Watch the video.
But I said you weren't missing much, except for some fast. But I said, well, when you think about it, it's in the middle of the land, basically. It takes up everywhere. Even whether or not it goes into buildings, just the fact that the track goes through the middle of the land would require the whole land basically to be cut off in order for them to remove it. So that's why I speculate that they've never bothered to remove it. A lot of people are like, oh, they've never removed it, so that must mean they want to bring the People Mover back. No.
Which we know that's not ever going to happen.
Because we know from other sources that it would cost more money to refurbish the track itself back to be able to use the People Mover than it would be worth to put the People Mover back because of what they did to the track to put rocket rods in. So we know that's not it. The only other explanation is because they would have to close down all of Tomorrowland in order to remove it. And that's just something they're not going to do. Because at best, you would have it would be like when we went to Universal and there was those walls everywhere from Harry Potter and Simpsons and all that. And you had that little walkway. Remember that little walkway we had to walk through to get from where those shows are over to where Simpsons ride was?
Yeah.
It would be like that. Because you would have a wall in that whole middle section where it leads up to where the old loading platform was. You would have all that would have to be a big wall, and then you would have walls where it connects to the sides, and you might have a little path that gets in the main entrance, but then almost all of that would have to be closed off until you get to the other side of more towards Interventions. Then you'd be okay over there, but then you got the part of the track over on the other side. Isn't there still part of the track over on the other side? All the tracks over there still on the other side by the monorail. Mm-hmm. So you got all that. You'd have to close, like you said, you have to close down the whole thing in order to just take the People Mover track out. So I agree that's why I've even said before that when we've talked about Tomorrowland that Tomorrowland is a long way off because it's going to require so much if they want to. If they're not going to repurpose that track for something other than a light bar, a glorified light bar, then it's going to need the whole of Tomorrowland almost is going to have to be closed down just to remove it.
Yeah, because I really don't think they'll mess with Space Mountain. Unless they...
No, you could probably have a path coming in from the backside from over by Nemo or something to go to Tomorrowland. But otherwise, it would be almost impossible for people to get into Star Tours or, unless they do some stupid... Like I said, something like Universal had where you got wall on wall and a little path, but Disneyland gets way too crowded for anything like that. So they would have to just close down the whole main entrance.
They would shut down just either where the rockets are, or even temporarily they would have to shut down the rockets just to move that platform.
Well, one would hope that when they redesign Tomorrowland, the rockets are bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least moved back up on top of something.
What was the reason? This is my curious because I like this. Right? What was the reason for the closing of the motorboat ride?
Ride night.
It's official. Nah.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit too much hanky-panky going on them boats.
I don't know. I would probably say it wasn't popular because the last thing there was the gummy bears.
You know what? I know there was something gummy bears there, but I never wrote it when that was going on.
It was a gummy bears theme.
The boats were?
Oh, yeah. The boats were the same. It's just in the front they had the board, and then you would drive and you see like gummy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you know what?
But it wasn't much.
No.
The Autopia had Disney Afternoon Science themage too, didn't it?
I believe so.
Not for gummy bears, but for something else.
Yeah, through the ride.
Maybe. I don't.
I don't remember the gummy bears thing though.
Yeah, it was Gummy Glen. It was the boats you go, the gummy bears.
You know what? Honestly, I don't know if I ever even went on the boats.
Well, I know.
I do, because you were so close to submarines in the water. You know, you just felt like when it went by, even though you had that border, you were pretty close to the submarine. So I thought that was dope.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going to say maybe it wasn't popular enough. Maybe it cost too much gas for boats, and it's not. I mean, the gas.
Yeah, because it was gas powered.
But using that gas and not being as popular is too much running costs. I don't know.
Or maybe there's another attraction.
I think the ducks kicked him out.
Maybe.
And of course, what is your favorite part about the Pirates Island? Since we haven't really discussed it, haven't been over there in a cool minute. The Pirates Island.
My favorite part?
About the island. And do you believe? What do you believe that they're doing when they open it? Like
my favorite part's long gone, and that's when the fort was used to be something.
I agree with that.
That's before it was Pirate Island, obviously.
Yeah.
Was it Tom Sawyer Island? Right.
Yeah, when it was Tom Sawyer Island, and the fort used to be open, Fort Wilderness used to be open, and you had like concessions in there, and you can go up and shoot the guns.
Yeah.
Until somebody got their finger stuck in a gun, and then guns went bye-bye.
Is that what it was?
Right?
I believe so.
Yeah, because they were like the cap gun type, and some kid got his finger stuck when the hammer came down.
Yeah.
And they took the guns out.
So yeah, I would say that was probably my favorite part was that too.
And when the caves used to be more maintained.
Yeah.
Caves were nice.
The front cave, the first one that they have blocked now, I like that one.
I was always partial to, even though it kind of scared me, the water bridge.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was kind of scary, but I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I have high hopes, but I'm pretty sure they ain't going to do nothing back there.
I don't think it's going to be anything.
The only thing I was hoping is, like, they have like a little platform area where you could actually see the truss and the water flowing and all that. You know what I mean? Not just saying that you have to take the Mark Twain or the Columbia just to get that view and pictures. You know what I mean? Because there was a point where it seemed like there was a little patch that they were working on, and I thought they were going to put like a metal railing or something. You know what I mean? That safety standards. But as of right now, I haven't seen no update pictures. So
what it really depends on is how far back that the island gets cut off. Because I mean, we've already speculated that the fort is basically gone, should be gone, because I think the island's gonna get cut off around where the fort is. But
unless they use a frame of the fort and you do actually walk through, but that's just the frame edge, and then you go out to that bank maybe.
It's either that, or if not, if the fort's still there, it might be where the gold pile used to be. That might be the new edge of the island now. Maybe somewhere in that area, by where where the graveyard is.
Yeah.
Behind the fort. So maybe if they do keep the fort behind the fort, and where that path is there, that might be where they cut off the island. In which case, if they leave the path there, the path might be the back of the island, and you might be able to see the truss and stuff.
Would that be the path to the Jedi?
That'd be the new light versus dark battle area. Yeah. That'd be dope.
Now, Michael the Mail Guy's tip of the week.
All right, so doing my tip of the week today. Enjoy the music at the parks the way Walt wanted it. Did you know that you can go check out, of course, the Bootstrap Boys? They're always at New Orleans. You can catch them where they're at. Sometimes by Columbia. They play right there.
Like all over the place.
Yeah, well, I mean, mostly they're in New Orleans. I've never seen them anywhere else. Of course, you can find Harley. He's over there. He was over there today. I got to go a video of him. He's having fun with guests, and he was actually looking today at the car. He's like, dang, it's busy. What's going on today? So when he says it's busy, he's always there. It's been a busy day. Of course, the new Disneyland marching band. It's always just live entertainment all over the park that, you can check out. If you like jazz, mostly in the back, I think you can catch them, or in between, the French Market. You can catch them going down, or on top of the Golden Horseshoe on the platform. You have a band playing there. It's the live entertainment that Walt liked it, and you know what? You still get that feeling of Disneyland from back in the days until now. That's one thing that you could always get, that to hear the tunes, the instruments, nothing of digital age. It's just all classic instruments and entertaining guests all over the world. So when you get a chance, either use your Disneyland app and you can find where they're at located. They do show it. Or on your maps, I think they don't show the location, but they do show the times that they're out. So just keep an eye out in certain themes as you'll see bands and little groups just playing around. So check this out. It's myself, Michael the Mail Guy, and I'm out like this.
All right, so that's it with the emails. So if you guys have any emails, make sure you send them in. If you have any tips, if you have any questions about the parks, if you have any comments about the show, or if you just want to say, what's up? All you have to do is just email us.
MousePIRE@gmail.com.
Do you have a special occasion coming up? Looking to personalize your trip with a keepsake? Create customized buttons for birthdays, engagements, family vacations, even bridal parties, or just because. Check out buttonsbydiggs.com today. Buttons by Diggs, Buttons by Diggs. Remember, those are buttons, not pins.
Hey, well, that's it for this week.
Yeah, here at Michael's Pad.
Chilling, watching Nemo.
Yes, we were watching Nemo.
We found him. He's on my TV.
He's been in a tank.
That's a fat one right there. It's been a crazy weekend and week in the parks.
Oh my God, it's been busy.
Rain, wind, storm,
no
rants.
no sleet though.
No sleet, no snow. You know, I'm surprised that in all these storms we haven't had any hail.
You know what? That is interesting. But I guess we'll leave it up to the mountains to have that.
Right. It's not cold enough, I guess.
It was actually cold today, man. For a cool minute in the morning, it was cold. I was actually freezing.
I don't know. None of us are up that early.
No.
It's cold when he goes to bed, but he's inside, so he doesn't know it.
Pretty much. But yeah, the new Red Rose Tavern. Is that how you say it? Tavernus. Yeah.
Okay.
It opens on Friday, so go check out the menu there. It looks like it's pretty crappy.
Poutine.
But yeah, maybe that's probably the best part of it is the food that is not normally there. But this Angus beef is just crap beef, so I wouldn't rely on that being any good.
Yeah, it's definitely not Angus beef, because if it's the same burgers that we've had before that taste like cardboard, there ain't no way that's Angus beef.
I'm not trying that, but that gray stuff.
Take your butt to Carnation.
Can I get the Beast Burger without the burger?
So yeah, everyone try that gray stuff.
We don't know if it's delicious.
We don't know yet.
But Michael will have to do the dishes.
Yes.
Dirty.
As far as when we'll be in the parks, well, I guess, I think we were just talking about that we'll be in the parks on Thursday.
Yeah.
I will be in the park. This guy will be in the park. Michael already went to the park today, so I think he's expended his allowance to go to the park this week. I don't know.
Yes, until next Monday when the next...
right.
Yeah, when the crowds are gone.
I'm sure Diggs will be trying to go to the park on Friday for the opening of that thing, especially if they do not open early on Thursday.
Right.
Now, if they open on Thursday, there's no reason to go to the park on Friday, I'm guessing.
No.
Unless you were going to go anyways. But
I don't know.
So let's hope that they open that on Thursday early so we can check that out. If you guys listen to this part when it comes out, well, it's Thursday.
We're in the parks.
And we're in the parks, so come to the parks and see us. You know where we are. I can tell you we'll be in Fantasyland at least once.
Yes.
I mean, of course, with AP days going on, you guys know you can expect us, some combination of any of us, in the park at least once every week. So that way we can get our buttons, not pins. We'll be keeping you guys updated as far as the merchandise goes at the rock and roll music stand. And
get your hats. Your
hats and your get your hats and your water holding device, your liquid
tumblers,
and your liquid holding devices. But that's about it for now.
And your alky cups.
Your alky cups.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely through next month, and then of course next month you probably expect to see us a lot there because of food and wine.
Yes.
Finding some food.
See if we get those high prices or they do us dirty.
Hope they have some good desserts.
Always looking for the desserts, of course. So as usual, if you don't know what we're doing or where we're going to be, just check on the social medias. This guy will hopefully try to keep you guys as informed as possible.
If you remember him.
Yes, if he remembers.
Remind him.
Yeah, if you guys want to know who we are, as we mentioned last week, you guys can always send a message or do some sort of reaching out contact, depending on the social media you wish to do.
Tweet tag.
Yes, exactly. especially if you want to get hold of on the Twitters or Instagram. That is at MousePIRE, and of course just MousePIRE on Facebook. I am at Empire for Life on Twitter, Empire_for_life. You can see all the kind of nonsense that I'm posting. Just one more thing before Michael mentions his social medias. I just wanted to say that the podcast that Michael will be on next week and committing Paul Daltrey with us, but he at least is he is at least representing the MousePIRE podcast, but he will be doing that on the All Aboard podcast, and that is on Twitter at allaboard1955.
There you go, I guess. I'll be there, be square, on the train. Woo! If you want to catch me, Michael the Mail Guy, because these guys, like I said, got me back on Instagram. You can find me at Michael Disney, Dizzzney. I just post mostly Disney stuff and funny stuff and just variety stuff. But mostly at parks if I can. Find me. Don't forget, March 19th, I do have a Disney versus Pixar, bound to be a character. First bounding event. I need to step up my game. And, of course, Light versus Dark, and we're going to only do it at nighttime, starting from the Light Parade, and we'll see how that goes. And then, hopefully, I'm in the parks Monday. Hopefully, where you guys can come by. Wait, that'll be too early. Screw you. And my mix, thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome.
Buttons, not pins. Oh, not yet.
30.
All right, if you want to follow me on Instagram, check out Baloo1313. Also, check out Buttons by Diggs on Instagram, and there you'll see when your buttons are on its way to you, to your happy home. Don't forget to support the podcast by buying some MousePIRE buttons, like the MousePIRE logo button, dirty button, and your stupid buttons.
Yeah, you should buy one.
Support the podcast.
And if you don't like the button, you let us know, and, email, like Anthony always says. And then we'll hook it up and design a new one that you can pay for it. Because we need you to support us.
All right, before we go, I want to mention this comment we got on our Facebook page from Angela. And she says, just love listening to your podcast. I work Sunday morning, 7 a.m., which I'm not a morning person. During the week, I work second shift. So listening to your podcast helps me get through the day faster. You guys always have me crack it up. You guys really know your stuff, and I just wanted to say thank you for always keeping us up to date on everything Star Wars and Disney. I only started listening since episode 64, so I'm a newbie, but just love how you guys keep it real and no BS. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much, Angela, for your comment. We appreciate that. And I left her a comment letting you know that, hey, she can always go back to our older episodes and catch up on those, because those are entertaining as well.
All right, so until next time, remember, red velvet cake is not made of velvet, and strawberry shortcake is not made with short people. So for Mufasa, Darth Vader, and Thulsa Doom, I'm Anthony.
I'm Michael the Mail Guy.
I'm Diggs.
Bye.
I read that one out.
This podcast is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Audio, sound bites, and other clips are property of their copyright holders. All original stuff is ours and property of MousePIRE.com.
Oh shit, I forgot my turn. And then after he's like, meow. Yeah. Hell?
I was making sure it was working.
Okay, here you go. Ready?
Okay, here we
Did
go.
it give us a
Here we
warning?
go. All right.
All right, I'll do it. All right, then.
But if it's ending up on the official, if it ends up on the official, if it's ending up on the official, if it ends up on the official, if it's ending up on the official, if it ends up on the official, if it's ending up on the official, if it ends up on the official, if it's ending up on the official poster.
His sign is always open for you.
Oh, yeah.